All right, so I'm back with some more things and some stuff that I'm doing. And part of the stuff that I'm doing and the things that I have are some interior pieces. Now, let's look at them. Okay, so this is some optional equipment from Honda for the 2001 Honda Civics, and I believe only for the 2001 Honda Civics because they changed the center console, I think in like 02 or 03. So this stuff only fits the 01, but there's the center console. Okay, and I removed all those from this. Here's what sucks. It's in terrible shape. As you can see, there has been 20-ish years of wear and tear on this stuff. It's just rubbing off. That looks like absolute hell. And I don't want to put it back in the car like that. If you take something out of the car, you clean it up, put it back in there in better shape than it was. And that's just kind of what I'm accustomed to. Now, here's a couple problems that I have. What color's that? I don't know, man. There's no color code for it, for a dash kit. So I went to O'Reilly's and I got a little paint matched up. Hoping it's close enough. Because, I mean, it's got the dash kit as well. And I found the dash kit new online for 80 bucks, I think, which isn't terrible. And I can just pop all the stuff that's in there off, put that stuff on, and not have to worry about putting a whole lot of labor into it. Now, this stuff, I actually found one set used online, and it was stupid. I think it went like $290 for just the top portion of the center console, and it was all used. It was in the same condition. So I'm just gonna refinish it, man. And how I'm gonna do that is very simple. I bought ultra fine Scotch-Brite pad, and I'm gonna scuff it up. I'm going to follow that with, actually, before I do any of that, don't want to get ahead of yourself. You got to remove that tape, that 3M two-sided tape off there. And it's just not, once you peel it off, it's dead. It's done. It's spent. You got to remove it. You can't like heat it up and stick it back on there because it's not going to stick. And here's a problem that you're going to have. I don't know if you can see that. It's thin, dude. It's thin. It's like the regular store-bought 3M tape on a diet. It's just a lot thinner, and I'm gonna have to hop on the website and check and see where they hide this stuff because I can't find it in any stores. So gonna peel that off before I start messing with refinishing it, because like once you get it refinished, you don't want to be, you know, putting your fingerprints all over the backside while you're trying to peel this stuff off. And I don't know how I'm gonna peel it off, if I'm honest. Let's look for some stuff. Can't find it. Anyways, I have a found it. This is a little rubber wheel. Now, that plastic's super thin, so I'm a little reluctant to use this rubber wheel. These rubber wheels, they're used to take off adhesives from like hard surfaces like metal and stuff like that. Like if you remove a badge from the back of your car and you want to, you know, the sticky stuff off without using chemicals, you use this. So I'm going to pop this in a drill and try to remove just a small portion of the sticky tape with it and see if it works. If it does, great, I'll use it on the rest of it. If it doesn't and it heats it up too much and it starts to warp it, then I won't do that. Oh yeah, back to what I was saying. Remove that. Remove this adhesive off of the back. Go over the front with a Scotch-Brite. Just scuff it up, make it dull. And you're gonna wanna apply some adhesive promoter. And this is just cheap stuff. It's O'Reilly brand, Master Pro, is like $7.99. And you use that so you get a nice bonding surface for your base coat. There has to be 3 to 4 people out there in the world who are gonna try and restore just these pieces on the Civic. My demographic is extremely small, but yeah, somebody's gonna need to do it. I've been talking for 20 minutes and I'm out of breath now. My arm hurts, so I'm going to put the phone down. I'm going to start doing stuff. Okay, so let's talk about adhesives. Let's talk about first why I'm sweating. I didn't do anything. I did nothing. And I'm busting a sweat trying to slice off adhesive, 3M adhesive tape from these little pieces, dude. I didn't do nothing. I'm sweating. It's 70 degrees out here and I still am damp. I tried goof off and I didn't do nothing. I tried my little wheel and that was just a little too aggressive, so I just used a blade, dude. And honestly, halfway through it, I was getting a little weary and I was thinking about veering off course and just kind of slicing my wrists, but I made my way through it. That was tough. Best method is just the slice and dice motion with that. And you know, I think that just, you know, certain combination of tape and things is just forever. But damn, out of breath. Cutting tape off a damn piece of plastic, out of breath. I don't know, I need a beer. So everything you see here has been prepped. I've gone over it with the ultra fine Scotch-Brite pad, just to kind of scuff the surface up, give the paint a little something to stick to, and also here down into those crevices and all of that stuff. So those are all ready for paint. Now I did wash them after I was done with just some plain dish soap and water, dried them off, and went over them with one of those little tack-free cloths. And yeah, now they should be ready for paint, dude. So I'm just gonna go ahead, shoot a little bit of adhesive promoter on there, and then let that flash, and then do the base coat, and that'll be that, man. Boy, I bet 3 of you are excited, really excited for this how-to process. Very specific to a 2001 Honda Civic with these parts on it that are worn out. I'm wasting your time. All right, so there's a hair on the screen. All right, about 2 minutes in on shaking the can of adhesive promoter. Here's something I would recommend. I'd recommend that you use a respirator, unless you want to risk it, dude. If you want to risk it, by all means, do it, dude. Your buddies are going to call you Huffy because you're going to get addicted to the scent of aerosol, and you're just going to be behind a Walmart one of these days with a can full of chrome paint and a bag that you sprayed into, huffing it, and silver on your lips. But that's none of my business, dude. If you want to do that, do it. Anyways, yeah, I'm just going to hold my breath.
Have you ever seen me go inside? You mean go inside, babe? Didn't hold my breath all the time. Good lord.
I did shoot these because I had to hold them and I couldn't hold my phone. I shot these already, which, I mean, they don't look terrible. They look decent. But I had to get into those little cracks and crevices and stuff. And I mean, I'm not mad at them. They look better than they looked in the car. So let those dry, determine whether or not I want to put a clear coat on them. If I want to put a clear coat on them, I'll crack that can open once I have all this stuff painted. And also got a buddy who wants me to paint his wing for his little hatchback that ain't never gonna run. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll probably use the remaining portion of that can of clear on these, because I'm sure I'll have leftovers. It's just a little bit of wing for EF. And I don't know if you can hear me or not because that fan's fucking blowing out. But here we go, dude. I'm just gonna go ahead and just put a coat on these other pieces, and I just spit on my camera. God. You know, if it ain't one thing, it's a mother and another. I'll wait till that dries and pick the hair out of it. So this is turning out to be more of a how not to than a how to at this point. But I got the hairs out. Just little fibers. No big deal, dude. I didn't bury them underneath the paint yet, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and lay the second coat on now, and we'll see how it looks after I'm done with it. See if I can manage not to get any hairs in it. All right, so as you can see, it's always best to let a professional handle it, because this doesn't look that good. But if you're on a budget and you don't want to pay a body shop to paint some bullshit panels that you're just real anal about looking right, do it yourself, bruh. DIY. Doesn't take long. 3 days. That's what it is. So I found out what worked in order to get these things a little bit thinner so they won't create such a bulge underneath here. And that is stretch, apply, and cut the little edges off. What are you doing, Lou? Where your fingerprints were. Like so. Okay, dude, I don't know, I'm not really too mad at it. It actually, the reason why it looks okay is because there's a little bit of debris in it, and the debris is from painting it in a dirty garage. If you had like an actual paint booth or a sealed off area, that would be better. And I mean, usually if you're going to take the time to do something like this, you will take the time to find a clean location for it, but I'm an idiot, so I do dumb stuff all the time, and this is just one of those things. And I'll show you the debris. See, you can kind of see it in there. And I could probably wet sand it and get rid of some of those little spots and buff it. But, you know, I'm just not going to take the time. Not going to do it. And I'll probably wind up doing that and those as well, because they don't match that. I don't know, man. Let's just dig a little deeper. Let's just dig that hole a little deeper and just start doing more shit than we need to. I got popcorn kernel stuck in my teeth. Smart Pop. The white cheddar popcorn. It's pretty fantastic. but leaves you with a lasting memory all day. It's like 3 hours I've been mining this molar. Got it. Ew. All right, and that concludes our whatever this was.